Words on screen, Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Park. Learn with us. Noticing habitat changes. Uniformed ranger in front of sagebrush.
Hi, I'm Ranger Kelly. I work at Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Park.
Gray Canyon.
Black Canyon is known for its steep cliff walls and for the plants and animals that call this canyon home.
Tom Turkey.
We call the special place where plants and animals live a habitat. All plants and animals, including us, need certain things in a habitat to be able to survive. Can you think of what all plants and animals need in their habitat to survive?
Words on screen. What do all plants and animals need to survive?
A habitat includes 4 things. First is food. All plants and animals need energy to live. Plants get their energy from the sun. Second, water. Some plants and animals need lots of water. Others, like this sagebrush plant, do well in places with very little water, a pretty dry habitat. Third, shelter. For animals, a shelter means a home. Imagine a bird's nest. For plants, shelter is about finding a place with the right amount of shade and the right amount of sun. And fourth is space. Plants and animals need enough room and enough air to be able to live and grow.
Ranger spreads arms widely.
A habitat is about finding the right fit. A plant or animal needs a place that has the right food, the right amount of water, the kind of shelter that they need. Not any habitat would do. And so if a habitat changes, the plants and animals that live there might change too. Let's take a look at an example.
Dark clouds with a lightning strike above Black Canyon.
Imagine at Black Canyon if we were to get much, much less rain than we do now. What changes would you expect to see?
Mud cracks in brown dirt.
Less rain would make the habitat more dry over time. And a more dry habitat would change what plants can live here. The sagebrush, for example, does well in a pretty dry habitat, but if it was much more dry, the sagebrush might not survive as well. Some sagebrush plants might dry up and die. A drier habitat also has more wildfires, and the sagebrush doesn't recover well from fire. But the story doesn't end here.
Bright orange fire.
Let's consider what animals depend on the sagebrush, like the mule deer that likes to eat sage in the winter.
Deer chewing, bucks in the snow.
Or this bird, the sage grouse, that uses the sagebrush as shelter to hide from predators.
Grouse with large tail feathers.
If the habitat gets more dry, it would affect the plants, but it would also affect the animals.
Stonefly insect crawling along dark gray rocks.
You might be wondering how we know this. Well, scientists study habitats over time. This process is called scientific monitoring. And researchers go to the same places in national parks year after year and record what they see.
Survey frame.
They use these records to look for changes over time.
Research crew along river.
And you can do scientific monitoring from home. Consider writing down the weather each day, or any birds that you see outside your house. These types of records over long periods of time help us to understand our habitats and how they're changing.
Words on screen. Visit us online at www.nps.gov/blca. Look for the education pages.